Happy Sunday, everybody. It's kind of got a certain kind of temperature going on here. But anyhow, these mosquitoes are loving me well. Jerks. Anyway, I want to ask you guys something that I spend time asking myself, and so please understand that any of these questions that I put forth to you are the questions that I go through in my own mind. I'm not asking you guys anything that I'm not asking myself. So, these mosquitoes are. So my question is if I can't believe you, how can God believe you? And same thing with me. If you can't believe, look at that, suckers. If you can't believe me, how's God going to believe me? If you can't trust me, oh, looky there, a little confirmation of the wind chimes. If you can't trust me, how does God trust me? That was a big deal when I saw myself as I'm going to call it trustable rather than trustworthy. That trustworthy it kind of leaves a sting, because so many people told me for so long in the early part of my life that I was not trustworthy. I was not trustworthy to show up when I said I'd be somewhere. I was not trustworthy to take care of the things that I had said I would take care of. So overcoming that distrust, not so much of others, but of myself. I got to where I couldn't trust myself. Yet I would still tell people, oh yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll show up. Yeah, let's do this day at this time. I was only letting myself down. I'm sure I let them down too. I'm not excusing, anybody else's feelings and how I made them deal with their own trauma by not fulfilling what I said. I remember somebody telling me one time that I had caused them not to ever be able to trust men again. I said, you're going to lay all that on me because I didn't meet you for lunch? Because I didn't call you and let you know that I wasn't going to be there, because I didn't talk to you again for 2 weeks. And now I have caused you to never trust men again. And so, when you get to a place where you realize the depth and the height and the weight of those things, God, there's good confirmation. You just keep on singing. When you realize that, man, and then you begin to regain sanity. But that's a question I have to pose to myself quite often. Am I believable when I say something, that I'm going to do something or be somewhere? Am I believable? And if I cannot make it, not that you're anything but the vessel. You're not anything but the person that reflects back my own behavior to me, not so much in your behavior, but the way I treat you. See, the way we treat others reflects what we think about ourselves. That's the monumental part about that a lot of us, we get in our feelings and we get in our emotions about things. And all glory be to God. The way that those things have healed for me is my reliance on Him on God daily to change me. You know, when people say, you know, of myself I'm nothing, I understand that. And, you know, you can look at my life and you can talk about how successful it is, or how good it is, or how free, how peaceful it is. You can easily do that. And it is. That's the truth. That's the authentic part of my life. The inauthentic part of my life is my dealings with other people in my expectations of them. I expect other people to behave as I behave. Well, that's where we run into that, where we can end up in the resentment, or we can end up even being harmful to people by the way we treat them, because we think that they treated us badly. They didn't. You know, there's not one person that I've ever known that didn't do the very best that they could at treating me the way that they treat themselves. Now, they may not recognize that they're treating themselves that way. But, I mean, is it not written? Did Jesus not say, what you do to the least of these, you do to me? Are we going to believe what's written when it's convenient, when it works in our favor? Or are we going to believe the whole thing? Are we believable? If you tell me that you're going to meet me for breakfast, and that having breakfast on Sundays is something you really look forward to, and you commit to that, and then you go out of town, or you don't show up, or something like that, you know, how are you believable at all? And if you're doing that to me, does not God look at that and say, well, if they're going to do that to Rod Baker, how can I believe them? Or if Rod Baker does it to them, how can I believe Rod Baker? You know, it's almost like sometimes people think that God don't know. Why is that so funny to me? That's so sincerely funny to me. There are people... Siren. Confirmation. Bells are ringing. There's not any wind either. There's not any wind at Dad's. All glory be to God. Flag's just real still. Anyway, my point is, you know, there are really and truly some people that think that God doesn't know what they're doing. Like they're hiding it from him. Oh, he can't see me now. He won't even look my way now. Shoot, man. Even if he doesn't see you, something or somebody does. You're being watched all the time. You're either being watched or you're being watched over. Now, I know for a fact that I fall into, I know for a fact that I fall into the being watched over category. I've seen it too many times. Go look at my x-rays. Go look at my MRI pictures. You know, look at the other things that have happened to me in life. I would be an idiot not to think of myself as valuable, as necessary, as purposeful. I would be an idiot to think that. How about you? Are there things you can look back and say, I was being watched over? I bet you can. I bet you truly can. I always thought Labor Day was meant for working. Man, I wish I could. I wish I could work. Right now, I would go work. I'd go put up my stuff out there at Baker's Acres. I'd go work on that stuff. Instead, I'm sitting here killing mosquitoes. I guess that's work. Good day.